This is my new junk journal I've just done, and this is for a customer, a custom ordered junk journal, and it is themed on Edgar Allen Poe, Nevermore. We've got a curved spine, and we've got a vintage brooch at the bottom with this long silky grey fabric, and then on the top we have this feather which reminded me of a raven, so I'm going to take that off, but you can just stick it back in for sure. So I'm going to take that off. And then we have the raven, which I hand drew, and obviously it's all been painted in black acrylic, and I've used hot glue to make all the branches all pop out, as well as on the raven. And then we have a boot plate. I've used a lot of sorry silk, which is black. And then we have a few dangle charms. We have the Annabelle Lee, which is Edgar Allan Poe's wife. And then we have some more. We've got a skull. So we'll jump straight in. I've left the sides blank on both of the journal. The lady that ordered this journal wanted it to be based on Edgar Allan Poe plus a few witch themed inside. So on the first page we have this door, and we have the Edgar Allan Poe there, and another journaling card and some tea dye paper with some eyelash trim. And throughout this journal there's a few pages like this what I've used acrylic paints to stain it, watered some acrylic paints down, done some stamping, and then done some embossing. And then we have the Annabelle Lee, but with a quote from some of Edgar Poe's poetry. And then we have some more sorry silk, and just this little frame. And then we have this, which I made out of an old mathematic book, mathematical envelope. And inside there's just some journaling cards. And then this flips out, but on the top, if we can just see, we have a raven charm. The lighting is really rubbish. If you can see, there's like a raven charm there. And then to undo this, you've got to turn the page, and I've used eyelash trim. And you move that, and you flip it open, and then we have some Edgar Allan Poe journaling cards, and this lovely owl what I've embossed, and just some random paper that I was using my spray inks on. And there's another tuck pocket here with an old journal on top of that. And then to close it, we start at the bottom, and then we go round, and then round again. And then to put it in place, we move the raven there, and then just slide the envelope through that, like so. And on the next page, again, we've got an Edgar Allen Poe image, and then just some more bits and pieces. And this is an actual letter what Edgar Allen Poe wrote to somebody. I don't know who, but I managed to print some off on the internet and just inked around it to make it look old and vintage. And then throughout the journal I've added some more of his quotes and some of his poetry, and I've used my vintage typewriter to type all the wording out, and then just a pattern on with what I've used with white gesso. Again, just some more Edgar Allen Poe. And a journaling card, which is on some tea dye paper, and then I've used some of my sprays. And just flip a flip out, and you can shoot the journal in the back of there. And just got some ephemera, and then on this we have fear, and this is a paper clip, but I'll not take it off, and that's another quote from Edgar Allan Poe, and it's a paper clip, and I've just added lots of my junk papers and stuff, and then I've used this to make it look a bit messy, and it's dripped on the pages there, and so when you turn the page you can still see all the ink what's run through, and it runs through for a bit. So I've tried to create a bit of an inky mess, because obviously Edgar Allan Poe was a poet, and obviously in them days they used a quill and ink, a quill I think it is. So I've just added like a little notebook there, and I've stitched it on, and there's a tuck pocket behind, and again some more solid silk. And this is the centre of the first signature, and we've got Edgar Allan Poe there. And then this is a side pocket, and there's lots of goodies inside to journal on, experimental cards. And this is a little pocket, and this is a miniature journaling book which I made out of a brown envelope. So there's a pocket there to stick things in, and Another pocket there, and I've just used all my leftover scraps of paper. And that just tucks in there. And then I've done a few of these collage tags. Quoth the Raven, nevermore. And here is a pocket, which is all that, so the lady that's receiving this can just tuck a few things in there. And then we've got a feather and just some more random journaling cards, as you can see. These are actual transfers. I got these from Inspiration in Preston, and you just put it on a piece of paper and you press really hard and scrape, and it just transfers. So I used that, and that's the Raven. And then we've got a little card there, and that's Annabelle Lee again. And then we've got another, no, that's the Annabelle Lee charm what I made, and I used some glossy accents to seal it all in, and I've added a bit of glitter. This is the second signature. I've got a raven, and this is another paper clip that I've made, and we've got another raven and another quote from one of his poems. And on the back side, I've not put anything on this because I've made these envelopes. So what I've done is, in the backs of all the envelopes are tuck pockets, and then each one I've left so you can tuck things in that one, and then if you take them out there's another thing to tuck in there, and then the same again on the last one. And then we've got the raven charm, little black, if you can see that. And then this gorgeous black lace. And then just made an envelope, and it's just got a journaling card inside of that. And I've used a vintage stamp, like that. And then I've used an old dictionary with Raven Mad, and this is another of the transfer stickers. And some witches, and another journaling card on the back of tea dye paper. And then Sorry Silk. On the back of that I've made another miniature journaling card of scraps. It's an envelope, and put things in there. Just use scraps of paper. Another journaling card with a raven on. And then I did some, I ripped some old sheets of music paper, and then I painted it over in white gesso, and then used Tim Holtz stamping inks to create an old look, and then just stamped it. And this is the middle of the second signature, and again same thing, and then I've done some embossing and just some journaling cards in that. More journaling cards, and then we have just a random charm that I have, which I thought was quite pretty and gothic. Plenty of journaling space. I did want to add a lot more stuff in, but this journal is absolutely full with different bits and pieces and acts. And then we've got all different types of ephemera, journaling cards, eucalyptus spell, I think it is, or the use of eucalyptus, and then a long journaling card there. This is the last and third signature. Another journaling card. And we've got the sculpture. And again, we used black acrylic and white gesso, and then did some embossing again. And then we've got a little tuck there with the sorry silk and the raven. And then I've taken a quote out of the dictionary about the raven. We've got voodoo dolls. We've got a bit of a bird book, a raven, and then we have this if I can undo it. I'm gonna make rat pigsy with that. Bear with me. Oh, God. Oh. So if you open this up, little secret pocket. And we've got an envelope with a journaling card in there, a space to journal, another journaling card, and then just some leftover tea-dyed paper that I have. And obviously the writer's club at the bottom, because obviously he was a poet. I'll sort that out later. And then just some ruffled scrap paper what I've made. Another quote from Edgar Allen Poe, and I've used some old vintage index cards and done quote the first paragraph from the Raven poem. And then we have this bag what I have, and these are old music cards what people in bands used to use, and used to stick on the trumpet or whatever. And I've used that, and then at the back I've just painted it in white gesso and stamped it and inked it with some sorry silk, and the song is called Ravenswood. So I thought about saying raven in it. I thought it was quite irrelevant for this journal. And then we have another quote and some more journaling cards and just some more ephemera. And then we have this, the eyelash trim, and then when you open that up, there's a creepy looking doll to journal on, and then you can journal on the back of that. And then some more embossing, and then I've made that into a little pocket in the centre of the last signature, so the lady can put something inside of there. And then just some more journaling cards, another card what I've used vintage buttons with, and then just some cards around Edgar. And then there's another card what I've made. I've used a napkin and decoupaged it, and used some more eyelash trim. And this just flips up, and you can journal on both the sides, and then at the back I've left it into a pocket so anything can be added in there. And then again, this is just a glassine bag, and I've added some journaling cards what was left over from making this journal. So just have some extra goodies in there. Another journaling card what I've made. And that is the end of the most massive journal so thank you for watching.